up to my favorite bunch of beauties? Welcome back to Niecy W Beauty. My name is Denise, or Niecy. If you are new here, welcome. I am glad to have you here, and I hope you enjoy what you see and that you decide to subscribe. Welcome back to Monday Morning Makeup. This is Monday Morning Makeup number 13, I think it is. This Monday Morning Makeup is going to be a collab, and it is going to be another collab with Dion from Dion Loves Makeup, and I'm going to put her channel name here somewhere down here, and I want you all to go to her channel and watch her video as well and subscribe. This video is going to be using the Lethal Cosmetics palettes that we created with the palette designer on their website. And I was telling her once again that I had created a palette but that I had not used it. So she was like, I see another collab coming. Sure do. So this is my palette that I created, and this is going to be interesting to try and create a look. Of course, because I have on some yellow today, I am going to be using that gold and maybe some green, and we will see what else I do with this palette. I am first going to swatch the palette for you. Grab my notes here so I can tell you what the shades are, just in case you might be interested in picking them up. First of all, we do have our tea today. We have a big cup of tea today, and it is coconut chai black tea. My sister is starting to sort of sample teas for her business, which is Divine Ink Boutique. I was telling her to add the teas and probably call them like Divine Sips. Hopefully she'll use my idea, but that was one of the teas that I had that she gave me, the coconut chai. So I am going to try this today and see how I like it. I also have water today, some ice water, because this is going to be a day of filming, so I am all set. So first thing I want to do is, I always seem to wear long sleeves when it's time to swatch stuff, but I think I have enough room here to swatch. I just need to pop open my notes real quick so I know the names of the shadows. So the first one I am going to swatch for you is a matte, sort of a camel color, and this one is called Lauder. And this one might be close to my skin tone because I was looking for a transition shade. So that is Lauder, very close to my skin tone. The next one beside it is a duochrome, and it's called Event Horizon. And Event Horizon, you can see the shift. It is gorgeous. I have my little makeup eraser here with me so I can wipe my fingers on it. The next one is also, I don't know if I call it a duo or multi, but right beside it here, and this one is called Exosphere, and it goes purple and sort of like a teal green, and you can see that shift. Gorgeous. The next one on the second row is the gold that I'm going to be using, and this one is called Equinox, and that is Equinox, and I am loving how pigmented the shadows are so far. The next one beside that is green, and it is called Fauna. That is Fauna right there. And next is Wisteria, which is a matte purple shade, or Wisteria shade, and that is Wisteria. Hollow is next, which is another sort of mid-tone brown that I could possibly use for a transition, and that is really pretty. This is Hollow. Next to that is a matte green called Wilderness, and that is here. And then the last one is a deep dark purple, and this one is called Deceit. So this is Deceit here, and as I always do, my swatches go wonky, but these are your shades. And down here, and then those two duochromes, you can see the shifts. So I'm going to wipe my arm off, and we are going to get started. So we are going to get started. I already did my brows. What I am going to do next, I have sort of given the Mario eye base a little bit of time off. And I'm going to be using MAC's Contemplative State, which has just been kind of sitting in the wings for a moment. So I'm going to get back to using this one for a while. So I love MAC paint pots for bases. I am going to zoom in actually. Alright, so I am zoomed in, and I'm just going to put Contemplative State all over the lids. I did, and I remembered mentioning this last week, I was able to get Laying Low and Groundwork from the Ulta sale, because they put that thing up there on the first day of the sale, and I missed out on it. I wanted to get a backup of Contemplative State, but Laying Low was like one of my OG faves, so I didn't have a problem getting that one. And I don't think I had Groundwork before, which I could probably also use as a eyeshadow base. I think it's a little darker, but I could probably still use it as a base. So that is Contemplative State. This is just so perfect for a base. I do want to kind of set that. So I do have the IT Cosmetics little perfecting powder here. I'm just going to kind of brush that on my lids a little bit just to set, and hopefully it won't too much change the color of my base. Alright, so we are all done here. I am going to take the Jumbo Blender from Sonia G, and that's going to be my crease brush today. So this is the Jumbo Blender. It looks like a fat eyeshadow brush, but it does a good job in the crease. And we are going to use the shade Lauder, which was that first shade that I showed you here, and I'm going to put that in the crease as the transition. And that one is so close to my skin tone. I probably could have used that to set my base. Alright, and then these have a good bit of kick up, but they are very soft and very pigmented. I'm going to go into this shade here. I think it's Hollow, but I'm not sure. With the same brush, kind of dust it off and just put a little bit more depth into my crease. All right, so that is done. What I am going to do now is I am going to do my lid shades. We are not going to follow those tips from last week. I am going to start from the inner corner and work my way out. So I'm going to take it, but I'll use this one. This one is the detail brush. And I'm just going to kind of clean it off a little bit. And I'm going to start with that gold shade in my inner corner. And it does pick it up well. But I think I want, yeah, no, this is good. It builds up well. Okay, so we are going to stop here on the lid, and I'll come back and put some more if I need it. We'll go ahead and do the next eye here. Trying to get my whole eyelid. My crease is right up in here, and sometimes I don't go up far enough, but I want to make sure I go up far enough this time so you can see it. All right, so we're going to take another Sonia G brush, and this is the Builder Pro, and we are going to go in with the shade, what is this shade? One sec. This is the shade Fauna, the green shade in the middle, and that is going to go on the center of the lid. Ooh, and this brush just did a fantastic job of picking that shadow up. Alright, so that's the center of the lid, and I will go back and blend this once I get everything placed where I want it. And I feel like I was doing like a whole bunch of sort of purpley look, so this is a good change. Trying to make sure I go up into the crease. All right, and we are going to go onto that outer V, and I am actually going to take the, I think, is that a good idea? I think I'm going to take the Jumbo Blender again and use it for the green, other green shade here, which is the green matte. This shade here. And pray for me that this does not go crazy. So let's see. This was almost too much. I did go a little bit further over here than I want to, but we'll fix that. All right, I'm going to clean this brush off and just sort of try and blend this out. right, and I'm going to take the brush that I used for Fauna and just tap a little bit more on there and kind of bring that back a little bit. And then I'm going to take this brush that I used for the yellow shade and just try and blend this in together. Okay. I think that's pretty good. And let me just grab let's go back with, I think this is a, no it's not, but let's just go back in with the jumbo blender. I do have two of them, so this is another one, and just blend here a bit. Okay, and I'm just going to take a clean brush, period. This is the worker brush from the Lotus collection, and we are just going to blend up this way. Just blend up this way. Alright, and I'm just going to clean that up. I'm just going to just wipe with my little cloth here. There is some sparkly fallout. Alright, so we'll come back to the eyes. I have cleaned them up for the most part. I'm going to do my foundation, and because this is Monday morning makeup, we are going to try something. So this is going to be actually in my video on Thursday as part of the sort of social media made me buy it / FOMO situation. This is from Range Beauty. This is a black owned brand, and they have a whole inclusive line of foundations, and this is the shade Soul, but I think the shade Soul is a little light for me, even though they matched me to it. I'll show it to you on the back of my hand. So it looks like that, but so because I think it is a little bit too light for me, and I have this Estee Lauder double wear, and this little ponytail keeps going to the side, that I think is a little too red. I am going to mix the two of these together. Okay, so this is indeed an experiment. I'm going to mix these two together, and I think it still might be, I think I put a little too much. Let's put a little bit more of this Range Beauty. Alright, trying not to get foundation on yellow clothes here. Okay, so we'll see how this comes out. It's still looking a little orangey, but we'll do it anyway, because I do need to use up both of these. And that looks pretty good. Let me wipe my finger off. I'm going to spray my brush. I am going to use, I think this is a Morphe brush. Yeah, this is a Morphe brush. I also have the same brush from Bare Minerals, and I think Bare Minerals was the first one to come out with this shaped brush. But we're going to use this Morphe brush, and I'm going to spray it with some Fix Plus. And we are going to do our foundation. That match that mixture does look pretty good. I'm not doing it too far down because I have this mock neck on and I don't want to get foundation on it. Okay, so far so good. And I'm just going to get the last of it off of my hand. We'll go back over my nose and on these little corners here where I have some age spots. And what I did forget to grab was a powder for the week, because I don't want to use my It Cosmetics powder anymore. So I'm going to put you all on hold for a second. I'll be right back. Whee! All right, so I grabbed OG Laura Mercier. This is just in a little decorative container. I believe I got this at the last sale that they had. New sale coming up, I believe April the 14th. So I'm just going to tap a little bit, and this is in the shade medium deep. So we'll just tap a little bit in there, and I'm going to take Sonia G. No, that's a jumbo bronzer. And I'm going to take the powder brush from Sephora and just sort of set. And I am going to go over this with like my blushing. I still need to go over it with my concealer. I'm looking. Do I need concealer? Just a bit. So we're going to pull out a different concealer for this week. And I think it's going to be e.l.f. Yeah, is this one? Yeah, we are going to try this one and hope that it's not too dark. Now, let's do this one. It's funny because I have both of these and they are very different colors, but they say the same thing. So this is the hydrating one in Deep Chestnut, and this is the 16-hour one in Deep Chestnut. Makes no sense that they are completely different colors, but we are going to go with the 16-hour one. And just a little bit here. And I am going to take this brush here. This is just a mini base brush from Sonia G. And just a little bit under the eyes here. Okay. And I'm just going to dip just a little bit more back here in my setting powder and just set that a little bit. That is done. I am going to go back into the palette and I am going to go in with another sort of pencil brush, and this is going to be, what is this? This is the Pencil Pro Sonia G. I'm going to go into, I guess, back into this dark green shade here and go under my lower lash line I'll stop right here because I want to use another shade. And we kind of lost some shadow here, so we'll go straight up that way. And that one came down a little bit too far, so I'm going to take another brush. I usually have my favorite sort of, forgot what they call it. Why are you in there? It's not a brush at all, it's an eyeliner. Can't find the brush that I am looking for, so we'll use this little flat brush here. This is called the Builder 3, and we'll just use this one because it's sort of flat here, and I'm going to go in with this shade here up under that green and sort of buff it out, because that was a little bit too far down. Alright, and then we're going to take this pencil brush, and I'm going to go in with a shade that I have not used because I want to dip into one of these duochromes. I'm going to go into that one and go up under my lid in the inner aspect of it, and we'll just put that here. Just a little pop of something different. Alright, and I want to buff this out a bit because it looks like I put a line right there, and I don't want it to look like I put a line. Alright, so that is that, and I'm going to take one of my Kaleidos eyeliners because I love these. And is this the one I want? Yeah, we'll use this one. This one is in the shade, this is shade Solaris. So it's this one here. And we're going to put that in the waterline. And just use my regular mirror here. And that kind of matches the shade that I put in my inner corner. This look is slightly messy, but you know what? I'm not mad about it. I'm going to do my mascara, and we're just going to use the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. Alright, so eyes are done, and I am going to do my blush, and this is going to be a combo deal. This is like a blush, they call it like a monochromatic, it's a monochromatic blush duo from Cover FX. So you have a matte and a shimmer, and this is called a Spice Cinnamon. So I'm going to put this on and then top it with that instead of using like a traditional highlighter. And I'm going to go in with this brush here, and this is the cheek brush from Sonia G from the Lotus collection. And once again, me and those, and this thing has been in my collection for a minute, and it still has a film on it. So this is the brush. This is a tip we are going to use from last week to start my blush here and bring it down. Okay. Yeah, I like this placement instead of putting it directly on the apples of my cheeks. So you kind of see it here. And then we're going to take the other side of this brush and go into the shimmery side and just kind of top it with that. So pretty. Alright, and that is the cheeks. Alright, so lip liner is going to be Cola from Juvia's Place. Put you back here where you belong. And I always like filling in these corners. Kind of blend it in a little bit. And then the lipstick I am using, I got from Sephora during the Ulta sale, because you know Sephora is trying to do the same sale as Ulta is doing. And they were giving 50% off on these Urban Decay lipsticks. This is the I forgot what brand this lipstick is. I mean, what line it is, but this is in the shade Horchata. And it looks like this. It is a matte lipstick. Bring it down some, don't want to break it. Oh, this is a pretty color. It says it's matte, but is Horchata matte? It does say matte, but it feels really creamy. It feels really good. This is not a matte lipstick though. Sorry, Urban Decay. Nice lipstick, but not matte. And I'm going to spray my face with some Fix Plus. And that's it. That is my look using my palette. I already love the formula of Lethal Cosmetics, and to put together a whole bunch of shades that I know I am going to use is fantastic. And I'm happy with this look. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you so much for Dion for asking me to do this collab with you, because it gave me the perfect opportunity to try my palette out and see if I like it. Yeah, you all. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you are already subscribed, please make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I have a new video coming out. Have a great day, and don't let your day be a waste of makeup. Bye.